Coach, talk a little bit about the collective effort of the coaches. When you got the word that Coach Prime wasn't going to be coming, kind of talk about how you guys kind of galvanized together and put this game plan together.
Once this decision was made, as a staff, we talked amongst each other and we figured out how to get it done with the preparation and just make sure everything stays the same. The standard is the same when it comes to the schedule, how we go about it every day as far as getting things done. We know what he wants when it comes to situations within practice. We know what type of tempo, we know what type of focus. So we just try to make sure that we remember the things that he taught us just by his leadership, his everyday effort, and it carries over to us if we try to be leaders to show the team how to come together and do the same thing. I think we had one bad practice this week. Once we got that message, I think it kind of put us off guard and we had to regroup, come back and find a way to be a family and be competitive and get things done. And it kind of worked out from that point. The energy levels where we need to be. The discipline we want to continue to work on when it comes to the penalties. But that's something that we want to continue to carry out the core values as far as this smart, fast, tough, and discipline.
For you personally, how was it taking over the reins and your preparation getting ready for today?
It's tough. You got a guy that I love Coach Prime to death. I know things, so it's hard to just as far as gratification and grasp things of that nature. Because I know it's not about me. It's about I'm just in a position where the loyalty and trust that he believes in me to do the things that he loves to do. We can have anyone. Coach Prime said it before. We have a great staff. Coach Taylor, Coach Thurman, Coach Hart. Anyone based on the selection can do the things that I'm doing. So I am thankful to be the guy that he chose, that he definitely believed in me, to one, just stick to the things that he carries out. That's the most important thing. Just don't deviate from his plan. He trusts me that much as far as the Lord to do exactly what he wants to be done.
Speaking of his plan, when we talked this week, you said, keeping it simple. You don't change what Nick Saban is doing. You don't change what Coach Prime is doing. In fact, you said, what would Prime do? Was there a moment today in a situation where you said, now, what would Prime do before you made the decision, or just kind of natural flowing?
Just a couple of things. The game day's the game day. For me as a head coach, previous, I always get to the game, let the coaches coach, and let the players be the players. And when you watch Coach Prime, he's the same. He stay out of the way, you don't get involved. When he needs to get involved, his voice is kind of resonating. He's gonna get your blood going. He's gonna set his bullet jump, get it fixed, and then he gets going. So I always think about a situation. Prior to the first time on the first series, the first drive was like a 4th and 2. Pretty much not in that field goal range. I kind of thought about what would he do. He's aggressive. He believes in TC Taylor, and I decided to go for it. We came up short, but he's a guy that with faith and believe in the staff, and I try to do the things that he does as far as having belief in the staff and know that there'll be another opportunity to get those things done. But he's very, very animated because we work on those things so much as far as situations, 3rd and short, 4th and 2. So he wants success. And when we don't have the success, we got as a staff, it kind of get us going. So when that next time come around, you want to make sure you don't disappoint him. And probably when Shador in the end zone dance, I probably thought what was Prime doing. He probably would let it play out and get a warning, but don't do it again. Good job, just don't do it again. So it's just certain things like that throughout the game. I thought about him. Towards the end, when the team was flat, the first half was flat, we came out with some energy. He's a high energy guy. So I just try to think of some of the things that he go through in his mind. How he just walked the sideline. The biggest thing, he just stays out of the way. He believes in us, and that's what I was trying to do. Just hands off and let the guys coach. Just be the biggest cheerleader.
Shador has 13 touchdowns, 0 interceptions during this 4-game winning streak. What have you seen from his growth, and how much more comfortable do you think he is in this offense now?
It's hard to believe he's a freshman. He's definitely stepped his game up. He came out a little shaky. We got some injuries. Understand, we got like 2 starters with Tony Gray and some other guys, some injuries that's out. We have 2 starters up front that's out. So Brown came in with some, he wasn't too comfortable with what we had up front. We got some inexperienced guys. We got Warren Newman out of the game. So we got a lot of missing parts. So he had some uncertainties at the beginning, but it shows me how he can bounce back and regroup and get things going. And one thing about him, as far as what we said, not the turnovers, he's great with that. He's got it as far as the sacks, get rid of the football, get better in that area. But he does a great job as far as the turnover. He does a great job as far as seeing what he sees. When he comes to the sideline, he would tell us, I don't feel comfortable with this play. I don't feel comfortable with this situation. So when you have a guy like that on the field that tells us what he likes, like Coach Prime said, just make sure we give him the things he likes to do, because that's the one thing with Coach Prime not here. I mean, he knows he knows what he like, he knows how he feels. So we had to now be that person to try to feel and get a feel, check the temperature with Coach Shador, just to see where he was. So it was a slow start, but Coach TC did a great job as far as communication, to see the things that he liked to do, and that's what we decided to do as far as sliding. We was kind of weak with the left tackle, so we slid to the left tackle, had a tight end helped out just to give him more confidence and a bit more time.
Can you kind of walk me through just the relationship and the chemistry that is going on by what you're kind of going into in the last 2 weeks?
You know, all that started with TC Taylor and Coach Prime. You know, Malachi was a guy that didn't play with great confidence. He got great skills, and it started against A&M. And Coach Prime told him, "I love you, I believe in you." And the guy went out there and performed well. He has not looked back yet. And that's the things that Shador does. He find a guy who plays with high confidence. It's going to give him a chance to have success in certain plays. And he's going to come to you constantly. And we knew coming to the game that they kind of feared number 13. It was playing way off. So Coach TC Taylor did a great job as far as his speed and the ball, the hitches. You know, when they come up as far as the press, trying to get behind them. So scheme-wise, I think we did a good job on offense. We should do as far as attacking their weakness as far as the corner position.
Coach, speaking of Malachi Walden, 9 catches, 169 yards, and 4 touchdowns today. Talk a little bit about his upside, because like you said, since Alabama A&M, he's really taken the swag on by storm.
Exactly. He's a great basketball player, very raw at football, but he's still learning. So all the numbers you just threw out, it's scary. You know, once you really know the game and understand how to play the game, what type of receiver you're really going to be. So we try to make sure we keep it simple with him when it comes to play calling and certain routes. And I think that's why he's having success. You know, he's just not learning the game of football. He started off slow, and we threw so much at him when it came to assignments and responsibility. You know, he couldn't grasp it. But once we dummied it down and gave him certain routes, now he can play fast and play in space. Get a 1-1 matchup, he's gonna win.
Thank you, Coach.